Hi there, welcome. My name is Donna. Today's Vinyasa class will be somewhere between beginners and intermediate. It'll be a slow Vinyasa, slow flow class. So we're going to go ahead and get started at the back of the mat in a child's pose in just a second. Oh, let's take it to the back of the mat. And just begin to walk your hands forward. Stretching out your arms. Relaxing the head down to the mat. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And release the breath through the mouth with a big sigh. As your body becomes more relaxed in this pose, allow your mind to find some peace and stillness. As thoughts begin to rush and enter the mind, allow them to drift away just as easily as they drifted into the head. We're going to walk the hands over to the right hand side of the mat. Staying in child's pose, feeling that good stretch down the left side of the body. Feel tension beginning to leave your neck and shoulders. And then bring the hands through center. Take them over to the left hand side. Maybe take another deep breath in here. And release. With every exhale, we let go a little bit more. Just allowing yourself to be fully immersed in this practice of yoga. And bring your hands back to the center of the mat. Straighten the arms and spread the fingers open wide. And begin to lift the hips up off the heels, coming into a tabletop shape. Bring your knees under your hips and go straight into some cat-cows. Exhale, curl your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Now close your eyes and feel if there's any organic movement you can add to your cat-cows. Maybe you let your head hang heavy and you shake it a little left to right. You might press your ribs out to the side, adding that to your cat-cow breaths in any way that feels good and stretchy. Don't worry about what you look like. Just see if you can find some good stretches through your spine, through your back. Begin to walk your hands a little forward, spreading the fingers open wide, bringing the knees apart, and drawing big circles over your knees using the hips. Don't rush these movements. Let your breath guide you. Inhale for one movement, maybe rolling forward. Exhale, rolling back. Now change direction. Come back to neutral. Drop your hips all the way down. Child's pose again. Drag your right hand all the way down the mat until it reaches your knee. Then take it back to your hip. We're going to rise up into tabletop on that left hand. Right hand is going to circle up and over the head. And as it touches the ground, the hips sink to the heels. Let's do that on the other side. Reach your hand back as you inhale. Left hand sweeps along the floor. Rise up, pressing into right hand. Left hand circles up as the hand touches the mat, the hips to the heels. Now drag both hands towards your knees. We're going to sit up on our haunches with Thunderbolt pose. Cross your arms in front of your chest and rise up towards the ceiling. Lift your fingertips high. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Come back to our child's pose. Take a deep breath in, release. Drag your right hand back again. Make a big circle. Now this time we're going to stop. Reach your right hands up towards the ceiling. Pause there. And then thread your right fingertips underneath your left arm, reaching for the left wall. Place your shoulder down on the ground. Relax your head towards the mat. Press a little bit more into your left hand to deepen this twist. And walk your left fingertips up over your head. And there's other variations of this pose that you might want to take. You could wrap your hand behind your back. That's one. Good. Sweep your left hand back in front of your face. Press, unfurl the arm, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, bring the hand down to the ground. Drop the hips. Inhale, sweep your left arm back. Rise up into tabletop, pressing into right hand, and pause. Left hand reaches for the sky. Thread it underneath your right arm. And then drop into the pose. The twist on the other side. Press a little bit into those right fingertips to deepen the twist. And then walk your right hand forward. Take a deep breath in. And exhale out the mouth. Hold for another 2 breaths. And slide your right hand back towards the face. Unthread your left arm. Reach it up towards the ceiling. Circle it down to the floor. Drop your hips. Press your hands energetically into the mat. Straighten your arms. Begin to roll up in a cat spine towards tabletop. Curl your toes under. And press into downward facing dog. Pedal it out here, bending into one knee at a time. Now begin to look up towards the top of the mat. Keep pedaling, but walk up towards the top of the mat. Forward folding there at the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale, slide your hands up towards your knees, straighten your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle your arms up towards a chair pose. Exhale, soften your elbows, fold forward, Uttanasana. Begin to unfurl your spine towards the ceiling, one vertebra at a time. Lift your shoulders, your elbows, and your fingertips. Reach up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, circle your hands behind your back. Place your hands on your lower back as if you were sliding them into pockets. And take a deep back bend. Open your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale now. Interlace your hands behind your back. Exhale, bend the knees, chair pose. Relax your shoulders and then come into a back bend. Straighten the legs. Your hands are still bound behind your back. Exhale, forward fold. Sway to the left to right here. Shift your weight from your left foot into your right foot. Let your head be hanging heavy. Your neck is very relaxed. Bring your hands to your lower back. Unbind the fingers. Slide them all the way down the legs. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, release. Rise all the way up to the ceiling. One more time. Unfold your arms, straight legs. Palms come through center line. Now open your arms like wings. Take your elbows back behind you. Reach your fingertips back behind you. Press your chest forward. And maybe we can rise up onto the toes. Oops. Drop your heels. Forward fold. Circle your right hand back and then up towards the ceiling. Your left fingertips on the floor. You're going to feel your right knee straighten. And you're going to feel your left knee bend. Just naturally that'll happen. Hold there for a moment. And then circle your right hand down to the ground. Yeah, take your hands to the mat. Take a big step back with that right leg into runner's lunge. We'll bend and straighten a few times into the legs here. Just warming up the hamstrings. If you're feeling pretty flexible, you could even peel your front toes off the mat. My hair's going to get in the way, but you know, I don't care. When I'm having a good hair day, I don't tie it back because it doesn't happen often. Okay, drop your right knee, your back knee to the mat. And reach your arms up overhead. Inhale. Hold there for a moment. Sink your hips a little lower. And of course, if your back knee is not feeling good, you could always place a towel or a blanket under that knee. Good. Then we're going to bring our hands down to the mat. Straighten your front leg and walk your hands back. Keep your hips high. Don't drop them, but rest your head towards your shin bones. So try to get your head low, even if it doesn't look like this. Point your front toes up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. Look towards the front of the mat. Put that left foot back on the ground. Walk your hands forward. Runner's lunge pose. Your left hand is going to circle up towards the ceiling. So we're turning towards our left thigh. Reach and hold for 2 and 1. Circle that left hand down towards the ground. Let's go ahead, shift all that body weight forward and bring your right foot to the front of the mat into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise all the way up towards the sky, unfurling the arms, shoulders, lift, elbows, lift, fingertips, reach for the sky. Exhale, circle all the way down to the ground. Let's rise up, chair pose. Inhale, soften your elbows and just fold forward. Exhale. Left hand is going to circle back and up towards the ceiling. And feel how your left leg naturally wants to straighten. The right leg wants to bend. Good. Hold for another breath. And then circle that left arm down to the ground. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step that left leg back. Runner's lunge pose. Okay, bend and straighten into both legs. Inhale as we bend the knees, tap your back knee to the mat, look forward. Exhale as we straighten the legs, maybe peeling our front toes off the mat. Just moving with the pace of your breath here. Yeah, then keep your back knee on the mat and lift your arms up over your head. Inhale, sink into those hips. See if you can find that stretch. Another option, if your back knee does not enjoy being on the ground, you could just be here in crescent pose, right? So you don't have to drop that back knee and hold it for a long time. We just got one more breath here. And I'm going to exhale, bring the hands down to the mat, walk them back as we straighten our front leg, point the toes up towards the ceiling. Start with your breath in, exhale, sink towards your front knee. Okay, another breath. And then walk your hands forward, press your left hand into the ground, runner's lunge, lift your back knee off the mat, right hand circles up towards the ceiling, turning towards our right knee, our right thigh. Exhale, let your right hand come down to the ground, lift your back heel, so start to shift your body weight forward, and then see if you can hop up with one movement. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, standing forward fold, and pull your arms towards the ceiling, reach for the sky. Exhale, circle down towards the mat. Inhale, rise up, chair pose. Soften your elbows, fold forward. Right hand circles up towards the sky again. Now as your right hand comes down to the mat, bend your knees and see if you can step back smoothly with your right leg. Drop your knee to the ground, both arms circle up. Exhale, straighten your front leg, hands to the mat. Inhale, look to the front of the mat. Walk the hands forward, placing right hand inside of foot, left hand circling. Reach for the sky, bring that left hand down to the mat. I'm going to step back plank now. Flow through high to low push-up. Inhale to your up dog. Exhale to your down dog. Another deep breath in. Open the mouth this time as you release it. Then we're going to bend the knees and press your chest towards your thighs. You might even have your belly touching your thighs. Get those knees a little bit lower and then begin to straighten out your legs. We're going to move with a wave into plank. It begins in the legs. It moves into your spine. We round the spine. We lengthen it. The neck goes long and take it into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Look up towards the front of the mat. Feet between the hands any way that you want to get there. Half lift in breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to the ceiling, lift your arms. Circle, forward fold. Chair pose. Soften your elbows, fold forward. Left hand circles up towards ceiling. Take it all the way down to the ground. And as you do that, bend your knees, get ready to step back, left leg. Drop your back knee. Rise up. Good. Exhale. Half splits out of Hanuman. Inhale, look forward. Circle your right hand up to the sky as we come into runner's lunge, rotated. Exhale, take your right hand to the mat. Step back plank. Flow through high to low push-up. Chaturanga Dandasana. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees a lot. Press your chest towards your thighs and wave through into that plank. Take it into our high to low push-up one more time. So we're doing some double high to low push-ups today. I'm going to be in bed for a few weeks, so I got to get in great shape. Let's take the gaze up towards the front of the mat. Feet between the hands. Half lift in breath. Exhale, fold. Rise up towards the ceiling and filling your arms, fingertips high. Circle, forward fold. Rise up, chair. Soften the elbows, fold forward. Right hand circles. Bend your knees, get ready to step back, right leg. Good, both hands back, drop your knee. Hands to the floor, half splits. Walk your hands forward, right hand inside of foot, left hand circles up. Good. Stop here. So hand comes down to the mat, and we're going to shift all the body weight into that right hand.
So begin to lean to that right hand. We're going into a wild thing. Your front foot is going to go behind your right leg. Then sink. We're prepping for wild thing. Your arm is going to circle back as we lift the hips high. Inhale. Exhale. Take both hands to the mat. Now bring your left knee into your chest. Place the foot between the hands. Good. Take your back foot forward, front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up towards the ceiling. Reach your fingertips high. Exhale, circle down to the mat. Inhale, chair pose. Soften the elbows, fold forward. Left hand circles up. Get ready to step back, left leg. Drop your back knee. Reach the arms high. Adho Hanuman. Look to the front of the mat. Left hand inside a foot. Right hand circles up towards ceiling. Good. Stop there. Both hands to the mat. I feel like, yes, we're on the right leg. Press into that left hand. Good. We're going to go into wild thing prep. So we're going to go into a side plank. Take your right foot behind you. Prep by sinking your hips. And then inhale, lift the hips high. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Take your right knee to your chest. Place your foot between your hands. Step your back foot forward, folding. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Rise up towards the ceiling. Good. Forward fold. Chair pose. And just let your arms fall forward. Half lift, inhale, bring your arms out like wings. Exhale, take your hands behind your legs and pull yourself into a nice ball shape. So, if you struggled with wild thing, you can always just hold a three-legged down dog. You could take your down dog and lift one leg into the sky. I'm going to add on another pose to that. So it's going to get a little crazier. Let's first find our breath. So just rest here. See if you can squeeze your stomach muscles here and roll yourself into a tighter ball shape. So your spine goes nice and round. Good, deep breath in, release. Release the hands all the way down to the floor. Bits and fill towards the ceiling. Inhale. Bring your arms up to the sky and take them to the heart center for a moment. Elbows back like wings, then the fingertips follow, rise into the toes. Stretch your front body, open your chest and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, drop the heels, forward fold. Good, going into our flow again. Left hand down, right hand circles up towards the ceiling. Step back, right leg. Woo. Take both hands back, drop your knee. Low lunge. Adho Hanuman. Rotated runner's lunge. Lift your left hand. Bring your left hand down to the ground. Or actually just let it sweep past you if you want. We're going to go into wild thing prep. Left leg behind right leg. Drop your hips. Keep your right leg straight as we go into wild thing. Your left knee is already bent, so it's in the right position. Good. Both hands to the mat. Now stop. So we're in a three-legged plank, basically, because our leg just came over. Bring your left knee into your chest. Now take your left leg out underneath your right arm. So it's resting on the right side of the mat. Press into your left hand, right hand reaches. Good. Take your right hand down. Press your left leg up into the sky. Inhale. Exhale, both feet on the mat, downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Flow through to plank. Lower yourself halfway. Chaturanga Dandasana. That's our high to low push-up. Chaturanga Dandasana. Ending in downward facing dog. Gaze up towards the front of the mat. Bring your feet between your hands. You can jump to get there, you can step. We're gonna half lift, inhale, and release, exhale. Good, and fill towards the ceiling, deep breath in. Take a back bend here for a moment. Bring your palms together in prayer mudra. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose, rise. And fall forward. Left hand circles up towards the ceiling. Get ready to step back, left leg, bend your knees. Drop your left knee to the mat. Low lunge, lift your arms. Straighten your front leg, half splits. Walk your hands forward, left hand inside of right foot. Runner's lunge, rotated, right hand circles up. Good. Now you don't have to touch the mat with your right hand. You can actually go straight into Wild Thing prep. So press into that left hand, take your foot over, prep. Wild Thing, inhale. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Bring your right knee into your chest. Then take your right foot outside of the left side of mat. Bring your left arm up, so we're in a side plank variation. Hand down to the mat. Left leg up into the sky, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, place the foot down on the mat. Flow through, high to low push-up. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Bring your knees to the mat. And take a moment to rest. Child's pose. Grab some water if you need that. Whoa. We're going to do that one more time. So take some nice resting breaths. Just let go. If I'm moving too fast for you, just move at your own pace. I'll end in a child's pose again, so you can always catch up. You can skip a pose if you don't like it, right? We're doing this live, or we're doing this online, I should say, not live, pre-recorded. So you at home, no one's going to know if you skip that really difficult pose, especially if it's causing any pain, discomfort. Good. Enjoy the next few resting breaths. Slowly rise up tabletop. Curl your toes under downward facing dog. Get 3 breaths in down dog. See if you can really press your hips towards that wall behind you. Take your gaze to the front of the mat. If you haven't tried jumping to the front of the mat yet, maybe it's your chance. So we're going to start, you're going to jump. You're going to start by bending your knees. Think about a cat, how it gets nice and low before it pounces. You're ready to pounce. Look where you're going to land. Look between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise towards the ceiling. Take a back bend, palms meet. Circle your hands down to the ground. Chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, take your left hand down, right hand circles up. Good. Get ready to step back, right leg. Knee to the mat, both hands circle up. Adha Hanuman half splits. Walk your hands forward, left hand circles up into rotated runner's lunge. Left hand doesn't even touch the ground. Let's go into our prep for Wild Thing. Reach up, Wild Thing, lift your hips, hand to the mat. Left knee into chest, hold it there. Take your left foot out, right side of the mat. See if you can bring it higher this time. If you can't, that's okay. Plank variation, lift your right hand up. We're coming onto the side of our left foot. Hands to the mat. 3-legged dog. Left leg into the sky, inhale. Foot to the ground, exhale. Way through to plank. Chaturanga. 2 resting breaths. Preparing to maybe jump again to the front of the mat or step if you prefer. If you're preparing to jump, let's get low like our cat and look where you want to land. Half lift in breath and fold. And fill towards the ceiling, reach up high. We've been here before, a little back bend if you want it. Forward fold. Chair pose. Forward fold. Left hand up, right hand to the mat. Circle. Get ready to step back, left leg. Ooh, got a hand in my mouth. Both hands up, sorry. Knee to the mat. Adho Hanuman. Walk it forward. Right hand comes up, rotated runners lunge. Right hand doesn't have to touch the mat, right? Let's get ready to go into wild thing prep. Press into your left hand. Take your right foot behind your left leg. Prep. Get low. Inhale, get high. Right hand to the mat. Right knee into your chest. Take your right foot to the outside of the left mat. Bring your arm up. Take your hand down. Left leg up into the sky. 3-legged dog. Foot to the ground. Exhale. Wave through plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, I promised you a child's pose, didn't I? So let's do it again. Relax into child's. This time we're going to reach our hands as far forward as we can in child's pose. Bring your hands together in prayer mudra. Bend the elbows. And walk the elbows closer to your head for the stretch. So bring the elbows closer together. Let's take some deep breaths. Good. Release your hands down to the mat. Walk your hands back towards your knees. All right, the AC is going on next time I do this. Definitely. I am warm. Take this hair out of my face, even though I'm having a good hair day. Let's go ahead and rise up onto the knees. Bring your feet hip-width distance apart. So we're steadying ourselves here. I think we've done camel pose before a few times, so half a camel pose. First of all, camel pose for lower back pain, right? That's it. That's your camel pose. We just open our chest ready. Take a deep breath in and you'll feel it open more, and we're in this nice upper back bend. Right. If you're not sure about camel, try half a camel. One arm up, one arm down, reaching for your heel. I like to curl my toes. I cheat a little bit. There we go. Just because I feel, my back bends aren't amazing. So reach up. All right, if you're ready to go both hands, you can go both. Otherwise, stay with me in half a camel pose. This is both hands. Oh, I can do it. There we go. Haven't done that for a while. I'll let you know when we're switching hands. So if you're doing one hand like me, switch to the other one. Take a deep breath. Fill the heart and open it up. Open your chest. Good. If you're still in full camel pose, hold it for just a couple more breaths. And then everyone's going to come down to child's pose again. But this time, let's take the knees together. So big toes touch, knees together. Arms next to the side of the body like a turtle, and just turtle fold. Let your arms melt over the sides of the body. And let your back just relax. Good. Walk your hands forward slowly. Rise into a tabletop. A few little cat cows. Walk your hands forward, curl your toes under, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts high into the sky, bend the knee and open the hip. So take a little stretch here. We started with an intense flow and we're ending with a stretch, right? So lift your knee up. And then reach your leg out behind you straight, knee to chest, stomach crunch. Take leg back up into sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, runner's lunge, foot between the hands. Let's get ready to rise up into our warrior three pose. Look forward. All right, now you could have your fingertips on the ground. So try that if you're struggling, but try to get your leg hip height, so straight line with that leg. From here, we're going to get a little flowy, a little dancey. So we're going to come down to the ground, left knee down, and just bow your head. All right, we're going to come back up, lift your arms, left knee into chest. Good. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. We're going into figure four shape. Hands will come down through center line. Get low until you feel the stretch. Now we're going to take our right hand to our heart. Our left hand is going to grab the outside of the left foot. All right, now if you can't grab the foot and do this pose, you can just grab your knee, something else. We're going to come up, bringing your left knee out to the side, right arm out to the side. And let's see if we can straighten that leg. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Good, so this is really intense. This is also fine, right? Or you could just open the hip. So there's your options. You don't have to lift that leg all the way up into the sky. Now, if you do have your leg all the way up into the sky, try to keep your hand on it. Try to hold it while you come down. All right. Take a deep breath in, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back, plank. Flow through. Exhale. And we got to try that on the other side, right? Because that was pretty exciting. So we're going to bring the left leg up into the sky. Exhale, knee to chest, stomach crunch. Inhale, three-legged dog. Runner's lunge pose, left foot between the hands. Get ready to rise up, warrior three. Here's the other variation I was talking about, right? If you want to bring arms out, we'll bring arms out. Now we're going to take that right knee down to the mat just next to your left heel. So we're kind of going to, do a little, what do you call this, a bow or curtsy or something. And as we come up, lift your arms and lift your right knee up into your chest. Figure four shape. Good. Flex your right foot. We're going to take that right hand around the outside of the right foot. Or you can just hold your knee and bring your knee out to the side. Most important thing is to keep your eyes on one spot. I don't know if you noticed, but I haven't moved my eyes because the minute I move my eyes, my whole body moves. So now I'm going to come up, knee first. And if you want to straighten leg, go ahead, straighten. Now let's just think about coming down to the ground without bending the knee and without letting go of the foot. All right, take it slow. Try it out. And then relax when you get there. Whew. I'm killing myself today. All right, relax. Killing you guys along with me, aren't I? A few relaxing breaths. Hold your elbows. Bring your feet nice and wide. And sway a little side to side. Release your arms. Rise up. Bring your hands on your hips and do some big hip circles. Little bend in the knees here. Circle opposite direction. You can bring your heels in, point your toes out, hands to your heart. Sit down into a yogi squat. So I'll just show you what that yogi squat looks like. Push the elbows into the knees. If you on your heels, that's fine. You can actually just put one hand to the ground to balance if you need to. It just means your legs are not as flexible. If you have your heels down, so you can straighten your spine. If you want to go into crow pose, feel free to go ahead and take a crow. Otherwise, we'll hold here for a moment. Let's try the bind. Let's bring the right hand down, point your palm behind you, and bend. Wrap that arm around. Maybe it touches like your butt area. The left hand reaches up to the sky first, so we find some length. Sorry, I have that wrong. This is my right hand, this is my left hand. It doesn't matter, we're gonna do both sides, so don't worry which hand you're using. And we're gonna see if the fingertips can touch. Then we're gonna clasp them together. So if you can't, that's fine. Just let your hand maybe press into your right knee. Push away from that knee with your palm. One hand could be wrapped, half a wrap. Come back to Santa. Deep breath in. Straighten the spine again. And then bring the right hand to the ground, wrap it around. Reach the other arm up to the sky, so we get that length first. Once we have the length, we bring the palm facing behind us. See if you can clasp the hands. Straighten your spine for more of a stretch. And bring your seat down to the ground. Bring your legs nice and wide into a V shape. And just let your feet relax for a moment. Do some circles. Take these circles in the opposite direction. Now point your toes up at the ceiling. Take a deep breath in and just lean forward a little bit to feel the inner thigh stretch. If that's all you have in you, that's perfectly fine, right? If you want to go further and you can, begin to walk your hands forward. That'll pull you into the stretch. Take a deep breath in. When you get halfway down, lengthen your spine. And now you can let your spine begin to relax. So you can curl. Try to keep the toes pointing up at the ceiling for the best stretch. And walk the hands back up towards the body. Bring your right leg in front of you for pigeon. Preparing for pigeon. Left leg sweeps back behind you. And we're going to lift our hips. Now, a lot of people think they're in pigeon when they do this, when they drop their hip and they go down. But if you look at your hips, my left hip is opening to the side of the mat. My hips should be equal distance from the floor. So I actually have to roll and lift my other hip off the ground. Now check your hips. Are they equal distance from the floor, right? Come down again. And you're probably going to feel a way more intense stretch. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Eventually you might get your head a little closer to the floor as you relax into the shoulders a little bit more. And allow the weight of the body to press down over that leg and stretch it out. And gently walk the hands back up. This time we actually are going to roll over onto that hip. So roll over into your right hip. Bring your legs out in a nice big V shape again. Let's place the right hand down inside of the knee. Reach up with the left and do a big side body stretch. So try to keep your shoulders open and look at the ceiling. That'll help. And then we'll just flow over to the other side. Come back up, look towards the front of the mat, and the back of the mat. We're just going to go into pigeon on the other side. So you can just turn towards the back of your mat, sit up for your pigeon, curl your back toes under. That always helps lift your knee. So we got our hips in position now. And then drop that knee to the mat. And relax. And curl your toes. Let your body become heavier. That's how you get that stretch. So I used to do hot yoga. I don't know why I'm struggling to, I guess I don't have the humidity, right? Because I switched my AC off to record because there's a big fan here just above me. So a big AC opening. And it gets hot. It's like 106 today, I think, outside. So it's probably about 80 in here now, maybe 81, 82. But that's dry heat. I'm always complaining to you guys about this, aren't I? I'm sorry. I'll just switch the AC on. That'll fix everything. Good, and press up. That felt good. All right, on our backs. Give your knees a big hug. Roll out that lower back. Now release your right leg, let it go down to the ground, relax it. Pull your left knee deeper into your chest. As you breathe in, take your knee out towards your left armpit. As you breathe out, bring the knee back to the center of your chest. Do that a few times. And you might even feel that when you bring the knee back to the center of the chest, you can take it a little bit over to the right-hand side. And what we're doing here is we're squeezing this hip flexor muscle, right? Those hip flexors get so tight from sitting in our chair, sitting in our car, getting home and sitting on the sofa. Those hip flexors need to be squeezed out sometimes. So let's roll them out. And the next time your knee comes into your chest, take a hold of the knee with the right hand, left hand down to the floor. And we're going to go into a twist. So just make sure that right leg is straight down the mat. Relax it. Pull your knee up and over. Ooh. Now I create a little kickstand for my knee and I grab it. So I'm just going to show you on this side because you can't see. If I had a block, I would place a block here because it's a pretty intense twist. And my lower back doesn't always like it. So I test it out. I'm like, holding my knee with my kickstand. And I'm like, okay, I can go a bit deeper. And I slowly ease into that twist. We're going to take our head over to our left shoulder, away from the knee, to deepen and complete the twist. And we're going to take a few breaths here. Both shoulders should be on the ground. And gently come back to center. Pull both knees into the chest. Release your left leg, let it go long. Pull your right knee closer to you and begin with that breath. Inhale, open the knee towards the armpits. Exhale, bring your knee back to the chest. Slowly beginning to take the knee a little bit up and over, beginning to ease our way into that twist. If you can't feel your hip flexor, bring your knee closer to your chest. And then we're going to take it up and over into the twist, easing ourselves into it. Take your chin towards your right shoulder. And come back to center position. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. And bring the feet to the ground. Okay. Shoulder stand if you want it. So we'll either do just a bridge pose, which is bringing your heels close to your butt, tucking your tailbone and lifting, holding bridge, right? Tucking your shoulder blades. And you can hold this for our shoulder stand if you don't want to go into shoulder stand. The one thing you want to make sure you're doing in shoulder stand is not looking sideways at the camera or at the screen, but rather keeping your gaze up at the ceiling. So try to just listen to my voice. Try not to turn once you get your legs up, because that's your neck's already squishing into the ground, so we don't want to turn it as well. So we're going to lift the legs up into the ceiling, placing your hands on your lower back and trying to get your legs straighter. So you have to use your core here. You squeeze your core to get your legs a little more towards the ceiling and to lengthen out that spine towards the ceiling. Hold. If you want to circle your ankles up there, you're welcome to circle your ankles around. Ooh, there's a nice crack. Did you hear that? Good. Now, if you want to take it into plow pose, you're welcome to go there. I'm not going to demonstrate plow pose because some people might get a bit freaked out if they don't know what plow pose is. So if you want it and you know what it is, take it. Otherwise, stay with me here or stay in your bridge pose. We got 3 breaths. And slowly make your way back down to Apanasana, bringing your knees into your chest. A little bit of happy baby. Or if you need some other pose or stretch before Shavasana, go ahead, take that. I'm going to take happy baby, holding my big toes. That's how I like to do it. If you can't reach your toes, just hold behind your knees. And we're just going to roll a little side to side like a baby. Your feet are kind of parallel to the ceiling, as if you were holding the ceiling up with the soles of the feet. And your knees are in your armpit area, or reaching towards the armpit area. Make sure you're not lifting your butt off the ground, right? Keep your lower back on the floor. If you feel like you're massaging out your spine, your middle spine area, it might be because your hips are not on the ground. Okay, and then we're going to make our way into Shavasana. Legs can be straight, feet could be together. And we'll just breathe. One full breath, let go. And then there's nothing to do and nothing to think about. We're just going to be right here in this pose of relaxation. And slowly begin to deepen the breath.
If you need to stay longer in your child's pose, please, in your Shavasana pose, please stay there. No rush to get out of the pose.